Ahoy hoy, it's Gavin here of San Fernando Guitars. Thought I'd do a quick video summing up my entry into the Unofficial Great Guitar Build-Off. Here it is. Came about, saw the competition, had some time, had some timber. I have an old friend up in Scotland called Pete Ranking. Here he is.
I'll have a taste of a brush. Right, here we go.
Sure.
Oh, gee, oh my god.
Does it go well with the wine in the glass?
Did I have wine? That's why I tasted terrible. There was still wine in the glass with it.
He's also known by the name Les Bell on Old Jock Radio. Tune in to oldjockradio.com if you're above 18. It's fairly adult. Great taste in music. Old friend. He's been in lots of bands. Importantly, he's about to go on tour next year, hopefully. Lockdown, if it's off, with King Biscuit Time, which is Steve Mason, himself and C-Swing, or Colin Emmanuel. We were talking last time I was up there that he always wanted a Telecaster. So I said, I'll make you one, Pete. He deserves it. I'm not a big fan of Telecasters. I know why people like them. He likes them because probably Joe Strummer, the Clash, had one. So, with feedback from him along the way, I built this. It's the Nu-Wave Rastacaster. Basswood body, flame maple neck, locking tuners, custom red nut, Wilkinson traditional bridge with compensated brass saddles, iron gear pickups, these ones here, which are superb, reversed control panel with coil tap for both of those, volume tone selector. For my importance, we've got that instead of the lumpy great lumper thing of square metal at the back. I don't like them. It's taking me about a month. Along the bottom you'll be seeing the price of all the parts. If you want to see how I made it, do look at the rest of this playlist, which shows you in quite some detail. If not, here's about a minute's worth of video showing you how to make a guitar, but obviously edited. Back in the room. Come on, tubes, warm up. Back in the room. So, how's it come about? It's come about rather wonderfully. I love this guitar. Working with Pete, talking to him every time there was a decision to be made, and getting some feedback about what he wanted from it really grounded the project. So I could have gone completely off the wall and made something very bizarre, holes all over the place, textured, this, that, the other. Goes, I want a Telecaster. The latest change was, it's gonna have a scratch play, isn't it, Mr. Hallam? Well, yes, of course. Well, it wasn't. But let's face it, it really brings this guitar back down to earth. It looks fantastic. It's got a very Caribbean feel to it. The pickups are wonderful. That's the single coil. I've never heard one that's good. The humbucker. And the midway point with the coil taps on, you get the coil tap in. Bit of delay and chorus. Absolutely beautiful. And if you really want to put a bit of a metal tone on it, it's got it. I'll do another video in a couple of weeks' time, once I've settled in and worked out what's wrong with it, what's good with it, do a post-implementation review. But I'll be honest with you, having the feedback from the client all the way through really kept me grounded to make what is an excellent guitar. It plays beautifully, it looks wonderful, it feels great thanks to using oils on the finish, which I am a complete convert to. There's a few things I'll change, a few things I'm going to add in to the box when I send it off to our Scotland. By the way, anybody who knows the best way of sending guitars in the UK, please type in below. I need to know. I haven't got a clue. I'm certainly not driving 800 miles. I'm probably going to change the nut, or rather give him an option of nuts. I've just got some 3mm brass in the post, so I've got to work out a little bit of metal work on how to shape that up nicely for it. The ebony fingerboard is beautiful. There's an inlay there of a razor blade, which he asked for. I think probably in jest, like, haha, Gavin will never manage to get a razor blade as a 12th fret inlay. Well, I did. Heh. Don't challenge me on things you think I can't do, I will. I love this guitar. The woods, the electronics, the amount of work that's gone into it have all paid off. You'll have seen the price of things going underneath. So the overall price comes to about, in parts alone, £340. That's not something to focus on, because of course it's taken a month of work and hundreds of pounds worth of equipment in the garage. So when you're asking for a custom guitar from someone and it's going to be a month's worth of work, ask yourself, what's a month's worth of work for me? Sure, I could probably chuck this out in about 3 weeks if I really put my mind to it, but certainly you're going to have to wait for finishes to finish. So think about 4 weeks of pay. What's that for you? That's what a luthier ought to be paid, I think, especially if they're doing it by hand from planks of wood. Put any questions you've got underneath and look at the other videos. There are some fantastic people out there doing some amazing things all over the world. I've been truly inspired by some of them. New ways of working, new uses for tools that I've already had, I won't even mention the names, but great. This, however, was designed to be played, and to quote the client, this is going to be played in anger. So it had to be sturdy, had to be relatively light, hence the basswood, and boy oh boy, it rocks. It's got all the tones you'll ever need. Pete, I hope you enjoy it when it gets to you, and I look forward to seeing you on tour in the new year. Links underneath for Old Jock Radio, and hopefully if I can find out the tour dates of King Biscuit Time as well. Toodle pip, and I'll see you next time.